Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is LaurettaElorm, and today I just want to do my makeup while we talk about issues going on in the world. Okay, obviously, so here's the thing. I'm not really the kind of person who would want to have discussions about issues going on in the world and all of that, but I feel we are living in this world and there are some things that are just too big, and no matter who you are, especially issues concerning this virus thing, like no matter who you are, I feel like it's definitely affects you one way or the other. And I don't know, every time I think of the whole situation, like the whole coronavirus situation, anytime I think about this whole situation, I get anxious. You understand me? I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows while we talk. Okay, I'm filming at night, so pardon me or forgive me if my voice is like a bit low. But guys, how is everyone doing? I just want to know, because there's a lot of things going on in this world now that it's really scaring the hell out of everyone, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. Like guys, the only question that keeps lingering in my mind, or the only thing I keep wondering about, is whether or not we'll ever go back to normal, like the whole world would ever go back to normal. Because guys, things have literally changed. Okay, things have changed, everything has changed because of this thing. And I don't really want to relate this whole thing to like anything religious or political, because I feel people are getting the whole thing wrong here. I mean, you believe what you believe, your beliefs, your understanding might be different from mine, but I wouldn't want to make this channel a center for religious discussion or political discussion. So we're just going to discuss things from like a very normal and logical point. Okay, first off, people say the virus is like made in the lab. Okay, it's actually a weapon against humans or something like that. I'm not sure how to feel about that, but somehow with all the investigations going on, there might be some truth in it. Actually, they said some people were fired from some high security lab or something like that, but I don't think anyone is that wicked to want to cause anything of this sort to happen to humans. Do you understand what I mean? But anyways, guys, how are you all doing? I just want to know. Okay, I feel like this whole thing, it's not the worst the world has seen, because before our time there was Spanish flu, and I'm sure they also went through it. People who had Ebola in their country, they went through it. I feel we are all just experiencing this whole thing for ourselves, and the difference is that it's affecting us on a very personal level, like whether you like it or not, it's affecting you. And in the beginning, I feel in Ghana here in the beginning, or even the world over in the beginning, we're like making fun of the whole situation until it hit us and it got to us, and now we are like, hold up, this thing is real, like this shit is real. And that's how everything is right now. I'm just going to quickly conceal my brows and then we'll get into the discussion. I'm going to blend these two together. You guys know that already. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation and also the Makeup Revelations concealer. So I'm going to use these two for my face. But guys, let me know what you really think about this whole situation, like as in the source of this whole virus, because for me, I would like to believe it from a scientific level. It's believed that it's a genetic mutation as in, and it was also transferred from like an animal to humans. And I would believe that because that makes more sense rather than saying that it was created in a lab. I don't know about that. And relating it to religion as well, in terms of religion, I feel the world is definitely coming to an end. So of course, like, we were warned about these things, like definitely we'll see these things happening and all of that, and it just shows that it's a sign that we need to wake up. But all in all, I feel we all need to be safe. Like, this thing can affect anyone, guys. The other day I was watching a video, I think Cheesy said that she got the virus, and I was so sad about that, because guys, like, she's one of my favorite YouTubers, and the moment she uploaded the video, I clicked so fast, and thank God she's alive. I mean, I'm grateful, or let me say I'm happy that everything is fine with her. But this whole thing, it isn't something we should take lightly or something we should make fun of. I feel at this point we've all gone through that phase where we made fun of the whole situation, and now it has hit us so hard that we can't even make fun of it anymore, especially for us in Ghana here. When we're hearing about China We're hearing about Italy, we're hearing about the US, we're hearing about all those countries that had like very, very high rising cases. It wasn't really a situation for us, like a cause for worry for us, but it got to a point where we all just got our mind together and we're like, this shit is getting real. And I think for most of us, we got that realization point when the restriction was put in place, you know, like the lockdown. I think first it started with religious organizations not being able to do anything religious anymore, and then it went to the lockdown. You understand? No, schools first, then religion, and then the lockdown. And I'm just using my next angel food primer on my face. We didn't think for 1 second that the whole thing will hit us here and our numbers will keep rising up and all of that. And guys, but welcome to reality. It got us. Okay, I'm just going to blend my foundation in. It got us, and here we are. I think it's been exactly a month since the whole situation happened, since Ghana got its first 2 confirmed cases. And guys, it was, how do I even say this? I was one of those people who would be like reporting on my WhatsApp stories, on my WhatsApp status. I was one of those people who would be reporting every 2 seconds, like with every single news that I see on the internet. I would want to post it just so people are like very conscious of the whole situation. But you know what, at a point I realized it was affecting me even more, because every time I would see, especially the cases in Ghana, right, every time I would see the numbers go high, then I get anxious, then I get worried. And I just advised myself, from now on I'm not going to look at the numbers anymore. I'm not going to check any websites for updates and all of that and all that, you understand me? But seriously guys, like so much has been going on. This virus has really claimed lots of lives. People have lost their jobs, believe it or not. Even here in Ghana, the other day, I mean someone close to me told me that she has this friend who is a teacher, and the person lost her job just because the school's proprietor, like the administration, said they are not sure they can be able to pay them while they are home, and so you lost your job. Like they lost their jobs. I know people who work in restaurants, you know, like places that's people normally go to like on a daily basis, who just lost their jobs just like that. So this whole virus thing is really claiming so much. People are losing a lot because of this whole thing, and I feel at this point is no joke. Like guys, I just keep wondering, will we ever go back to normal? Will the world ever go back to normal? Guys, will this whole thing, like, will it take us back to normal the way things were in 2019? You guys, I don't do New Year's, but I had so many goals, so much goals for the year, for this year. I had so many goals. Well, for me, I feel for the most part I've been able to achieve like at least half of my goals for the year before this whole thing started. So I wouldn't say, in terms of that, I wouldn't say I'm not so bothered. I feel at least I got something done before there were restrictions, you know, like the whole lockdown situation and all of that. But I know it has affected so many people. So many people. Lots of people have lost their jobs. People are losing money. Businesses are collapsing and all that. And you guys, you know what, I feel for some people this is perfect time for them to thrive in their business. The other time I was watching a video on YouTube. I think Alox uploaded a video. If you guys know alox.com, they uploaded this video on YouTube talking of the stock exchange and all of that. People are really buying into stocks right now. I heard Chinese okay, I don't want to relate this to anything about race or a certain group of people, but I heard Chinese are really buying into like the US and the Europe stocks right now because they feel their businesses are collapsing and it's the perfect time to buy their stocks and all of that. And so if you are a smart person, like a smart business person, and you're interested in stocks, I think you should check that video out. I mean, Alox's recent upload, they talked about stocks. But all in all, I feel 2020 has been offended. Okay, I think the whole world is going to enter a recession. I mean, we can already see that like financial situations are getting worse, like they're getting out of hands and all of that. I feel like the whole world is going to get into a recession. I'm not sure about that, but I mean, definitely with all these things happening, economic situations and all of that, we are definitely going to get into a recession. And even the thought of that gives me like major anxiety, because for some of us, we just started, I mean, some of us are trying to find our feet in life, and this whole situation has happened. I know there are businesses that just launched recently before the whole virus thing happened. mean, like, I feel for them, because it's not easy, you know, especially if you're a young person. And I know so many people had goals for the year, so many people had goals for the year, because guys, the people I'm even worried about the most are pregnant women. If you have to go to the hospital, how are you doing? Like, how are you moving yourself to the hospital? The babies, the nurses taking care of you, the doctors might be infected and all of that. Even the hospital as a whole is a hotspot for any disease at all. The other day I was at the hospital. Even during the lockdown, I went to the hospital recently, and guys, it was so difficult for me to breathe in normal air. I just want to take in normal air at the hospital, because I feel like if you mess up in a second, you can get the virus, and you don't know where you're going to get it from, whether at the hospital or anywhere at all. I even heard that like hospitals are not admitting anyone. They're not taking in new patients who have like just normal situations, like you have malaria, you have headache, diarrhea, you know, all of that. I heard they're only taking in life-threatening situations, like if you have a heart attack, stroke, or diabetes, you can manage it at home until the whole situation is over. But I heard hospitals they're not going to give you their time, you know, unless it's you're visiting like a personal doctor or something like that. And this whole situation, I feel it should teach us a lesson, especially with the younger generation. Like, there's so much we took for granted before this time, and I feel now that all this has happened, maybe some of us would learn a little bit of lesson. I remember my mommy's time. My mommy always, and my mommy, my grandma, they always tell us stories of when they had like situations where the government had to impose curfew on them. There were times where they had hunger issues. I mean, serious hunger issues. There was drought in Ghana, I think 83 or something, 1983 or something like that, and all these things. Maybe we also have a story to tell our children about this whole coronavirus situation. That's if we are still alive until then. But anyways, things are going out of hands, and I feel it's important for us to check in on each other. It's scary, but I'm sure we'll be able to make it through, because it's not the worst the world has seen yet. There have been times when there was serious earthquakes, tsunamis, and whatnot, like all those natural disasters that have claimed so many lives, even way more than this one. And I mean, I feel the world has seen horrible situations than this. That's just what I'm thinking. Like, there's nothing too much that humans cannot handle. Other than that, we wouldn't have it. That's what I always tell myself. It's not too much for us to handle. It might get out of hands a little bit, but there's definitely going to be a situation. You guys, let me know if you've watched Contagion. Let me know if you've watched Contagion, because I'm not sure. I don't know if Contagion was like trying to warn us about something like this that was yet to happen, but that movie blew up this year because of the virus. And I watched it, and I'm comparing it to everything happening with the coronavirus, and it's almost like, were you talking about corona? Like, are you talking about Rona? Because the whole situation that happened in Contagion, it is happening in real life right now. Some people might relate it to prophecy and all of that, but I don't want to relate it to that. I feel it's just, I had the writer, I mean the one who wrote the movie and all of that, really did a lot of research from medical doctors and all of that before doing his movie. And so I think if they could foresee what would happen in situations like this, and they did lots of good research to be able to put out the whole movie, and it was a success. I mean, lots of people didn't even know about the movie until the whole corona thing came, so the movie went viral. At least it helps us to see, or it teaches us some of the things we would need to do during times like this. For instance, the social distancing was very, very good. If you watch the movie, you see there was lockdown, the way people were rushing for sanitizers and tissue papers. It all happened in the movie. It all happened in the movie. If you've not watched Contagion, like I feel you should go and watch it and come back. It all happened in the movie, and you could so see it happening in real life now. And the way some people had autoimmunity to the virus, it's also happened in the movie, because like it's said with corona, like you can actually have the virus present in you, but you wouldn't show symptoms. Or even the man who was autoimmune in the movie, I think he didn't even test positive at all, or he had the virus, but I think it didn't affect him. I'm not sure which one exactly it was, but he was just autoimmune to it. And we see that happening. Like, some people have the virus currently today and they don't show symptoms of it. If this whole thing is having like an impact on you, I just feel you should really take it cool, take it easy with yourself and all of that. Okay guys, my audio literally cut on me I went through the entire video and I realized part of it was so bad, so I couldn't probably end this video. As you can see, I ended up finishing my makeup and all of that, and I just want to check in on you guys. I hope like you're all doing so well, and whatever it is, just keep calm, be good to yourself, and I hope that we are all able to recover from this whole situation. That's it for this video. If you are new here, I hope you return and watch more of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.